Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing today? I am at my office working on some postcards today for Valentine's, for my Valentine journals. I printed out copied some of my postcards onto file folder. So welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me. Here are the postcards. Let's see, let me show you these first. These are the ones I just cut out. So I thought I'd just turn on the camera for a few minutes. I've been working on these for a few minutes and then I thought, well, I'll just show you what I'm working on. I've got about 30 minutes left. But this is one I cut out. It's a little bit small because the file folder, these are used file folders that I recycle and use, for things in my journal. So this one was curling up on the edge for some reason. And so I had to cut that off and make it straight, so it's smaller than a regular. This is a regular size postcard right here, like the 3.5 by 5.5 size. So this one I just cut out. Just the postcard is just blank file folder on the back, so it can be a journaling card. This is one that I cut down because of that curl, and then this is one that's a little bit bigger, but it is a postcard. I'll show you the originals in a second. And then this one right here, these I printed accidentally on a file folder where I meant to print on the back side where there was no name, but I accidentally printed on the side with the name. So I said, well, there's a name here, I can't use these. So what I did was cut out parts of the postcards that I could use without that big name print, marked on there. So I cut this piece out here, and I happened to bring some index cards with me, some pink ones for Valentine's Day, and I just cut this out and glued it on here. I think it makes a really cute journaling card. And then I did the same thing with this one, really pretty, and I did the same thing with this one. That's just what I could save from that one piece that I printed by mistake on the file folder with the name. So now the idea that I want to try is, I have a couple more printed on the file folder, but I also accidentally, happy accidents I guess, printed a couple pages on, let's see, do I have my originals? I do want to show you my originals, but I printed a couple on paper before I got my printer to go out the right tray where I had the file folder. Here are the originals. These are old. These two are really old right here. I cannot see a year on here. Like this one was never used. This one here, and you can see how it printed out. This is like a gold color, and it printed out on file folder like this, more of a brown. It's this one right here, and the actual original is gold, but on paper it printed out more of the gold color. Well, that was cool. Good to know, right? And this is the other original. This one was used. It has a 1-cent stamp on, so I think that's from the early 1900s, because I have some others where I can see the date, and it says like, those say like 1909 or 1906, something like that. I just can't see the year on this one, but it is my thoughts and love are with you. Really pretty little card. And then this one is a younger one. This one's 1991, but it's also looks like, Valentine. So those are the three that I copied and I'm working with. So my idea was, I've got, let's see, I think I only have one more index card. I didn't bring that many, did I? Let me make sure I don't have any more here in my little goodie bag that I bring with me to work. No, I do not. I do have some cards though that I could use. Some of those cards I was working with last week, I still have some left here. I've used quite a few of them. But so on this one, I thought I would cut the paper out and see how that goes with just cutting some of the paper instead of the file folder. So I think I want to leave this one whole because it's gold instead of brown. I think I might cut this one out here. It's so pretty. And maybe let me just cut the the rectangle out first and then go from there as to what I might want to cut off when I get it down to the size, or get it down to glue on the index card. So let's try this, because this was my original idea, was to print them out or copy them onto paper and then glue them onto index cards. And I was going to shrink them down, but I did not shrink them down. And then when I got to work, I was going to copy them here at work. And when I got to work, I realized I could print them on file folder. I remembered, oh yeah, I have all these scrap file folders here, so let's try that. Then I won't have to glue them down to anything. I just need to cut them out, right? So, but then I made a mistake on that one, so I ended up cutting some out. Well, let me get a little glue thing here so I don't glue all over the desk. If you hear hammering, they are building a building next to mine, and they've been working on it for quite some time because I've mentioned it before, but they're still working on it, and it's just about done, but not done yet. It is. I'm trying to see where I want to place this. It's just about done, but you know, it's at that stage where it's just about done, but I have a long way to go type of thing. Yep. It looks like a building now. The parking garage is there. There's a parking garage, but you know, I can see in the windows, and there's all kind of construction stuff sitting around inside the windows. It's not like they have walls inside yet and things like that, so I can see that they have a long way to go. Plus the outside walls are only partially done. Okay, I did glue that on nice and crooked like I didn't want to do. I wonder if I can get it off and do it over. Nope, I think it's gonna rip. Let's just go with it here and see what happens. Should have been paying attention. But, and I have my fabric tack here in case I need to use that, in case this glue stick doesn't hold it down. So let's cut this out and see if it looks crooked on here. Didn't mean to do that either. So I'm making these to go into the 3 journals. If you've seen that video, I started a new series where I'm trying to do everything on camera or on video that I am doing in creating the 3 junk journals that I'm working on now that are made from hardback covers. Okay, so this looks fine, even though it was crooked. I think it looks fine. I'm probably going to round the corners. I didn't bring my corner rounder, but on some of these I might round the corners or do a little corner punch or something. I just think it looks a little strange, even though I have it even with the corners of the index card. It just looks weird squared off like that to me. Maybe it doesn't look weird on camera, but what you're seeing, but to me it just looks like it needs something. I know this is a little crooked right here, but I don't even mind that. It's an old postcard, so, and what I can do right now is just go ahead and distress my edges. And let's see what that looks like. I distressed the other ones I already showed you that I finished with. For right now, I already distressed those edges, and I think they look good. You know, I mean, because it is an old postcard, why not make it look like an old postcard? So there's just distressed edges, and you can just go on the back too and distress those edges a little bit, so that when it's a journaling card and somebody writes on the back, they feel like they're writing on an old postcard or index card. Anyway, it looks like it's glued down good too. Nothing's coming up with that glue stick. Well, no, I just lied. It's coming up right here. So I might not have just put enough glue right there. So let's do that. And, you know, I might even end up sewing around these. I don't know. This is just what I can do at work, you know, with what I brought. So when I get home, I could round the corners and I could sew around them. And I do like to sew around most of my, you know, a lot of my ephemera that I make myself. I like the look of it, really. Even if it doesn't really need it to hold it down, I like the look of it. So let's, on this, maybe do a couple of our cards, or we can even do an envelope. Let's do an envelope and a card and see what we can do with that. We've got the craft colored envelopes and the red cards. Okay, let's see how the size is here. I could cut out this inside piece and it would fit on this envelope, I think. Yes, it would. Or, let's see, so what do I want to do? I really love this one here. But what would look good on the card? I think I might put this one on the card. And I might just cut out this right here. I wanted to try that. I haven't done that yet. So let's try that. Let me cut it here. I have plenty of room to make my heart shape. And here, just to get it off of this page so I can work with it. And so I'm going to make the card like open like this, I think. It could open like this too. Let's see. You know, I think I'm going to do it like this. I think it's going to look really nice like that. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can cut out this heart. Just ignoring the rest of the lady that goes outside of the heart. Cut that off. This is kind of why I turned on the camera. I was just getting all these ideas on cutting these out in different ways. So if you have postcards, you know, this is I don't know if I have any more Valentine postcards. I'm trying to think if I look through. I have a little, you know, I have my postcards organized. And one little section is called Holidays. And I have Christmas separate, a separate section for Christmas. And then I have the rest of the holidays all in another section, in this section where I have my Valentine cards. There's Easter, there's Thanksgiving, and there's Valentine, and there's birthday in there too. So this morning when I was leaving, I was trying to go through there real quick, and I don't remember if I went through all of them, but I did manage to find these 3, and there wasn't that many left if I didn't go through all of them. Oh, what am I doing? I wanted to make a heart shape, and I cut her out. Okay, let's just cut her, cut her down to heart shape. Okay, so yeah, this is what I found, and I didn't have that many left, so I don't know if I have any more Valentine's cards. But if you only have a few like me, this is what you can do. You can copy and use them in different ways like this. You don't have to just cut out the shape of the postcard, you know, and make the shape of the postcard. You can use those images. I mean, these two, especially these older ones, I checked, there's no copyright on these, and so, you know, I don't have any problem with copying them and using the images. I think that's really pretty. I like that. If I had some other, let me see if I have any other layering image things I could use on here before I glue it down. Let me just check. I do have all these little papers right here. Let me see if I have anything that would look good behind her. She's got kind of a light blue. She's got pink roses. And then of course we have the red for Valentine's Day. So I wonder how this would look. This has got the same color as in her dress and her hat. That would actually look really beautiful, actually. Wow. Look, it would even look pretty on here. Isn't that neat? That might be our next one. Wow, see, I didn't even expect to do this today. I just brought in here. I need to kind of measure this. Let's see, let me make a little, I want the red to show around the edges. Just make it a little full. This is how I measure a lot of times instead of getting my pencil out. I have a pencil right here, but this might be faster and I don't have that much time left probably. So there's one cut. See, that'll be good. And then we'll make another little fold over here for the edge for this side. I'm so glad I thought of that just now because this is going to look really pretty. And this will be for the journals also, you know, unless I decide to use it as a card, which I could do. But so yeah, we're going to do it like this. Is that what we said, or was it like this? That looks good too. Now I don't know which side I want to use. I think this side makes it stand out more. Yeah, this is the original side that I had said I wanted to use. Yeah, that just makes it stand out more, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and go for that browner background. Glue this down and using glue stick today. I haven't used my Fabri-Tac yet, and but I will if I'll get it flowing if I need to. But I am putting lots of glue stick on here. It's a new one I brought with me today, so I'd have enough glue because I just knew the one I had with me was almost empty. The one I had with me from last week. Okay, now, oh, I glued on my paper. Where is my little bag? Right here. Okay, let's put this right here. Glue on her. This is dry glue, so this won't get on the front. And we did distress around the edges, I guess. It looks distressed. Kind of not thinking about what I'm doing too much, just doing it. Okay, let's see if we can get this in the middle. It's going to go down to there. Okay, let me see where the middle is. That looks good. Really pretty, simple, and really pretty. Do you love it? I do. I love it. Okay, so what we're gonna put something on the envelope too. I haven't been decorating the envelopes. I've just been leaving them plain because when I sent them with my orders, I write a name on here. But let's see. I said I was going to try to use maybe this. I could use this one, and this is the one with the gold in it. Or let's see if there's anything else I want to use. I already used the lady. The only other one I have is the roses, which is this one. But I think I'm going to go for this one. And these could be two separate things in my journal, even though it's a set that came together. Let me cut this with my paper cutter because it'll be a straighter line. And yeah, I could just use these as separate pieces of ephemera or whatever journaling spots in my journal. I don't have to use them together just because they came together. Okay, so I'm going to use this one, and I might end up cutting this out too. That is another idea that I just now thought of. Even though I've already cut one out for the index card, I was just thinking of putting this down like this. I'd have to cut it some more. But what if I cut out this right here? That would be even prettier, I bet. Let's do it. Let me see how much time I have left. I've got about 10 minutes, so I'm going to do some really quick, kind of lazy, fussy cutting here, so I don't have to spend too much time around these flowers. Just some really quick, kind of fussy cutting. I don't want them to be too delicate anyway, so. There's little, the heart is a little scalloped around the edges, so I'm trying to keep my scallops here and not cut them off. And then I'm just trying to make rounded edges around the flowers, if you know what I mean. Not a lot of jagged, pointy edges. And that's how I plan to get around fussy cutting these. Exactly. Okay, yeah, I think that looks pretty. Okay, some more little rounded part here for the bottom of the heart. And there we go. Now, do we want a background on here? Now this is the same blue. It's a little bit of a different blue, but I've got that one I had here. Let's see how this looks on here. Looks okay. It looks like it needs to something different though. Let me see what else I have. Ooh, look at that. That's interesting. This jacket is almost the same color. This is a little bit brighter, but how would that look on here? It's a little more not as vintagey looking as this. Let me just make sure what else I have here. Here's the card. Let me see what else I have here. We've got pinks and greens. So let's see if I have anything with pinks and greens that I would want to put down there. Kind of a background. So I have some with chickens, but I don't want to use that. I don't think we want chickens. See, like this? Some with chickens. Pinks, greens, and that color. Greens. This could be interesting. It's very geometric and not as vintagey looking. I almost like this one better. This one's a little bit too busy for it. Here's another red, kind of reddish. Oh, this has paisleys on it. I bet this might be pretty. Let's see this one. Paisleys are more vintagey looking. Oh, I think that does look good. I like that one. All right, let's go for this one. We're going to cut it down real quick, and this will probably be our last one I have time for. I've got that number. If you remember last week, I told you these were from a sample book of this artist that designed scrapbook paper, and I found a sample book of her scrapbook papers at a thrift store, and they were all this size. I thought it was the coolest thing. And it actually came with a CD where I can print them out and make more, but it's just on, you know, and they're not as cool as this because these are actually double-sided like scrapbook paper. Let's see, so I'm using this side. But yeah, it came with a CD that I can load into my computer and print more of the patterns out. And there were a lot of patterns. There's, I would say at least 100. I mean, this number right here says 110, so that tells you, but it's two-sided. This one says 109, 110, so that's how it was numbered. Okay, let's go for this and glue it down. Well, this is coming out really cute. So glad I just brought these along today, because I was just going to do cards again, which would have been fine, but then I thought, well, I wonder if I can copy some of my postcards today. That would be fun. Okay, trying to make sure I have enough glue on here. Kind of dries so fast. It's like I put it on and it looks like there's nothing there all of a sudden. Okay, let's glue it down before it dries. Let's see, that number is, I guess I cut it off. Yeah, I showed it to you when I cut it off, didn't I? Okay. Okay, I just wanted to, I was going to put it at the bottom if it was still on here, but it's gone. Okay, so yeah, that is the top. It doesn't matter which side. This is, can go either way, this paper. Okay, now we're going to get our heart. I'm going to turn this over so I have dried glue on this side so it doesn't get on my little image here. These are going to be so cute. See, when I brought these, I didn't even think of cutting them out. I just thought of that after I started working with it. So it's like the things you think of when you start working with something, you just get new ideas, right? Try to get it in the middle here. Okay, I think that's good. I love it. Very unique. Nothing else like it, right? Here's the card. It's trying to bend on me. I bend it back. Get straight. You could put it under something heavy if you're worried about that, but this does need a little bit more glue here too, doesn't it? Yes, it does. A lot more glue, actually, doesn't it? I have to get my Fabri-Tac out when I get home. Make sure that stays. We'll see how it is when I get home. I check them all out. I always do that, like when I use a glue stick, I'm always like checking them out before I send them out the door. Are you gonna stay down? Especially if I haven't sewn on them. If I have sewn on them, then I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so that one, I kind of love these. I actually love these a lot. So pretty, and it's time for me to go. I got 3 minutes to clean up, pretty much, so I hope you like those. I think I love them. And then here's the other ones I already showed you. I actually did all of these today, a bunch. So these two are my favorites, which I did at the last. Postcards and the index cards I think are cute too. I might add something here, but it can be also writing room, you know, there and on the back. This is one where I cut out the image. The whole one, you know, we cut out the heart, but this is where I cut out the whole lady. There's another one of those hearts on pink. This one is where I cut out the whole postcard again, and whole postcard again. So all of those we did today. That was fun. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope everything was in frame there for you. But because I'm looking at my camera now and see. Let me just show you one more time in case that wasn't in frame. These are what we did. The over here's not in frame. Okay. Sorry to keep you. I have my camera in a little bit different position here, so kind of hard for me to see the camera, if you know what I mean. Super cute. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time. Happy crafting.